Hello, it's me. How weird is that? It's been like 10 months or something since I've streamed, which is a very long time. But I don't know, I just didn't really feel like it. I got wrapped up in other things, didn't really have as much time to just do like Saturday streams as I used to. It still feels loud. I thought I'd turn it down, but I'm going to turn it down a bit more. But I'm on vacation this week, and didn't really have much to do with my Saturday afternoon, so I've got a couple hours to finally catch up on puzzle games. It's been weird. Like, I've got a big list of like puzzle games that I want to play, and like or like adventure-y games or point-and-click adventure story kind of things. But I almost feel guilty for like not streaming them. So like I haven't been playing them because I figured if I'm playing them, I might as well stream them. But I haven't really felt like streaming. So it's all very weird, but I finally feel like it, and Talos Principle's on top of that list, so we're gonna start, and hopefully it'll get me like motivated to do this again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got like maybe 3 hours that I can do this for, so let's see what happens. I know basically nothing about Talos Principle 2, other than what I would know from Talos Principle 1, which I 100%ed, thoroughly enjoyed. So no, I don't know, should I spoiler Talos Principle 1 if you're watching Talos Principle 2? Like, it feels like you should probably know the first one if you're going to watch the second one, but who knows if the story actually connects? I have no idea. Let's find out. I have always felt that a human being could only be saved by another human being. James Baldwin. Presumably we're still some sort of robot. Or AI. Looks robot-y to me.
Behold, child,
Elohim.
you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice,
It's a very fast
and know
sprint.
that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
This, yeah, gate. We got the, oh right, the jammers, so we can jam the door. I remember how this works. Can I take it from the other side? No, I cannot. Interesting. I would have expected to be able to do that. Perhaps there is... Oh man, it's going to take me a while to get used to this type of puzzle again. It's been so long. I can't jam this, presumably. No. Because it walks me to the other side. Oh, this isn't a jammy thing, it's just a gate. Duh. They look very similar, though. But this is just... okay. I thought the puzzle was already more complicated. A companion cube! No, it's a hexahedron. Bonk. I'm glad they're not starting us off complicated again, because I'm gonna have to remember, like, there was a lot of like rules for how these puzzles worked. There's a lot of, you know, you can get past any door with 2 jammers, all that kind of stuff, like the sort of rules of thumb that you get used to when playing a puzzle. Like, you see a certain pattern when you're playing puzzle games, and you you know, learn a particular pattern or whatever. For like puzzles, you can like apply that pattern to subsections of puzzles. And once you kind of have to get used to those when you're starting a new puzzle game, or trying to remember how to do one that is similar, or you know, a direct
This
sequel.
land is but a dream. You will stay here only for a little while.
Oh no!
Soon you will awaken.
I forgot
in a
about these
new
fucking
world.
things. I hate
First,
these
you
puzzles.
must undertake the trials of initiation.
The like fitting the
They will
sigils
help
in there.
you
I was so
prepare
bad
your
at them.
vessel.
That was my nightmare. There's an L and an L over here. What are they called? Tetrominoes? Because they got 4 segments? Well, let's start with this one. Cubic steps. You can use that to get another cube. And then we can take that. Presumably we don't need it. Is there a platform we can get up to? Probably like this. We can double cube. Then use the single cube as a step. And jump up. Jump up. Jump up. No. I seem to remember this being a thing I could do, but I don't know if that's a thing that happens now. Can we do it on the other side? I'm stuck. There you go. Is the other side lower? It might be lower. Doesn't actually look lower. Maybe I'm just being silly. Oh, this is lower. I see.
You may linger in my garden for as long as
So
you
we actually
wish.
need to do the
But
puzzle in
remember,
here.
my
I thought I
child,
needed to get the
that
cube to
new
go somewhere
world
else, but we
awaits
just use
you,
the cubes
and
from
this
in here.
place is only a dream.
Because I can probably jump from here. Yeah, I can. Oh. Puzzle. We got a
Well
green
done,
L.
my child.
Hell yeah. We can get another green L in here. This one is called fencing. So we got a fence. I can't grab the cube from the fence, but I bet you what I can do is stack a cube here, stand on it, and then grab the cube. And then this is just like a, you can't take stuff through this gate probably. And we make another set of cube stairs. Ta-da! I'm a genius. These early puzzles are definitely going to be easy ones. I remember there being like weird hidden stars and stuff in each level. Gotta remember to keep an eye out for those. What do we got here? Within reach. I can jump over. Can I pick it up? Yeah. Okay, cool.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
This is the other puzzle, right? I think that's just the other puzzle. Because sometimes you get the weird stars, but like jumping over walls that you shouldn't, like exiting puzzles and stuff like that. But I don't really see anything that looks appropriately high. Like I could come back with it maybe. And do something like this. But it's really difficult to like, I don't think you can get on top of a 2 cube high thing from the ground. Yeah, generally a fairly rules heavy. XXX X. Oh, these are ones we've done. Yeah, so this is like, you've done all these, cool, that's where we came from. I don't see anything in there. I'm trying to keep my eye out for puzzlies. Oh, we got the green sigils, so it needs us to like take up the space. Oh, oops. I'm trying to because this one is pretty simple. So this is giving us yellow pieces. I should just explore the area I'm in. I'm very, that requires red pieces. This one probably the yellow pieces? Yeah. I'm very much like, I would like to finish an area before leaving it kind of person. I don't want to have to like backtrack too much. Oh, a QR code.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures.
I must forge the tools by which humanity will rebuild itself
aspects of yourself
and transform the world into the Eden that it never was. The blacksmith. I remember there was like a thing from like your Steam friends where sometimes these would show up, which is kind of cool. And I mean, I could like scan that QR code, but I think it actually is just those letters. If the first game is anything to go by, I think it's like, I'm gonna do it just because, yeah, it's the same. It's just text, and it's the same that I get on screen. Okay, so I think we've exhausted the options other than to go through the door we opened and grab the yellow pieces. So let's go work on the yellow pieces. Let's start here. Got another yellow L. Static pressure. Oops. When you like press the button, like if I don't, I'm not pressing forward, I just click and it moves you forward to go get it, which is a little bit awkward. Static pressure. So how do I pick it up? It's gotta be like away. That's really weird. I mean, the idea is clearly you get a cube, you put it here. Oh, I can detach the fan, right. I forgot you could do that. So I can fetch the cubes. Anything up there? No. This is definitely more than a 2 cube high barrier. So we put the fan back on. Put that there, and then we... Cube. Oh. Well, if I take the cube off, though, it's gonna... detach me. That just rotates it. Man, why does my brain not work? This feels like it should be something that's easy. Okay, like I can do this. Jump here. I need another cube. Like I need another height. I didn't like miss a cube in here or anything, did I? No. Can I double cube on this side and then jump from here? No, I cannot. So as soon as I pick that up, I just drop. Oh, I can put the cube on the fan, though. That's it. There we go. I forgot you could do that. Remembering things. See, this is what I mean. When I was talking about this earlier, this is exactly what I mean. Like, there's little patterns you'll notice. Like, you know, there's a cube and a button. Okay, that's a very simple one. But you'll remember stuff like, you know, there's 2 cubes on the other side of a wall and a button here. And there's like 1 cube out here. Okay, you know that you can get those 3 cubes and bring them out. Now you have access to 3 cubes to use 3 buttons. Or like, oh, there's a fan and a cube. I need to get up. You can put the fan or the cube on the fan to go higher. So there's a little next time you see a cube and a fan, you can be fairly confident you know how to use them in a way that is productive. That looks potentially jump overable if there are cubes. Windy day. We got another fan here. So we can use that to put us up. Then presumably we can take the cube. What if this looks jump overable? That's just the outside world though. I don't think it's anything exciting. That's just there, yeah. Okay. Oh, another QR code. The world is full of limitless beauty, and I wish to see as much of it as I can. Okay. So what we do is just drop the fan. We use the cube to power that, and we bring the fan with us so that we can put this fan here, which also just runs, and we grab the piece. Ta-da!
Very good.
And let's just do tests. We assume that we can't walk through these with pieces, but yeah. Just confirming. You never know. Sometimes you should always challenge your assumptions when it comes to puzzle games. Sometimes they design things in ways that make you think you can't do something on purpose, and it's about figuring it out. Single slit. I see we got the laser again. That will like yeet me up onto the platform. Okay, so I mean, this should put me up here. We turn the switch off, which gives me a cube. And then you used to be able to like block these with cubes. But it's too high. And that was what was preventing me from going in here, apparently. Oh, the piece is in here. Oh, we're done. Okay. But we didn't go around. What if there's some things over here? Or over here? Oops, almost walked into the laser. Boom. Boom. Versatile contraption. Here's our jammer. So we can jam that to get us through. Which does nothing currently. Oh, this is also can I jam that from here? Yeah. Okay, so I'm using it to away the button and jam the door. Very multitaskable of it. Nothing this way. Get another jammer and another jammer. I got a fan that's probably just going to push us back, yeah. Puzzle pieces in there. Take the jammer. What can we do with this jammer from here? I think we can do nothing other than jam that door. Interesting. Oh, I keep mistaking these gates as jammable things. Very silly. Because I can jam this so that I can get the extra jammer. Presumably jam the fan. Yeah. And in we go.
Excellent.
Got all our yellow pieces. Yellow pieces, baby. So that should unlock the door that we had over here, which my assumption is will lead us to red pieces. I hate these things. Oops. Oh, I keep pressing R to rotate, like that's gonna help me. So no, none of those are gonna make sense. We're gonna have to put these in corners and pair them, because they're not opposite orientations, right? Yeah, they're not opposite orientations. We're gonna have to put them in corners and pair them with these guys.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem.
It's introducing you to all of the tools much earlier than the first one. I think it's presuming that like you're gonna remember some stuff from the first game, which I think is probably good. Because I remember I seem to recall it took a while to like gain access to all of the different tools the first time we did this. So we're gonna need some sort of we need to get that in there. Oakley dokley. So that's giving us access to another laser. So we go like here. Put it this way. We can take that. And we can connect that and that. Ta-da! I remember how these work. God, it's been forever since I played the first one though, but I do remember how certain things work. Prismatic diffraction. Okay, so we need to connect. We probably can't get access to that, so we're gonna need to laser something to it. That is opening this door. So is this just saying, you know, you can connect it to more than one, like multiple things at once? So is this like, you know, connect this to this, that, and that? Can I connect to all of them? Anything fun in here? Nope. Two red pieces down. Destructive interference. Okay, so this is, you know, you can use a laser to connect to another laser and get in the way or whatever. Right, because this is going to, they're gonna run into each other and it ain't gonna work. But we can get another connector from in here. Okay, and now we have multiple connectors with which to use. We don't even need that door anymore, I don't think. Right, so this is like, we do something like this so that this guy can connect there and to this, and then this one can connect here and wherever the red laser is. Ba-doom. Oh. I remember remember the puzzles sometimes you had to do stuff like, because sometimes, I wonder if this still works. Let me, let's do some science. Because this was a thing that you used to be able to do. No. Okay, you have to select something to connect to. I guess technically we could open this door, or have the little laser connected to that. Not that that matters. Because you used to be able to do stuff like shine the lasers through these barricades and like hit stuff in other puzzles, and that was like often how you got the special stars and that kind of thing. So I was just trying to test to see if it would like just go that way, but it doesn't seem like it will. It might, but I think you have to have something to connect it to specifically, rather than just like fire the lasers. 2 colors, 2 doors. Well, in here we can get a block. That's probably useful for something. In here we can get another prism or whatever. I think this is the, like, you can put them on top of blocks puzzle. Gotta move this. Keep connections. Yeah. I think this was the, like, oh no, how do you get through if there isn't one to reroute the beam? But you can stand the prism up on the box. And one more red to go. Ascension awaits. So presumably we have to ascend somehow. We're gonna need a jammer of some variety. Okay, so this is going to be like this. And then where's the laser? It's here. So we connect the laser to there, and then we put it there, and then we flip the switch. And ta-da! Look how good I am.
Thank you, child.
Everybody be in
I
awe
have finished preparing your vessel. Now, hear my
of my
advice.
puzzle-solving skills.
A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful.
So is this referring to... Ooh,
smart
I've got a suspicion.
and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
But I'm a robot. I have suspicions. So in, like, spoiler alert for the first game, I guess, but if you're watching this, you probably know what's going on in the first game. Essentially, you, like, wake up, you're, like, this android thing, like, we're in a robot body, and we're, like, iteration X of, like, this AI that's being programmed, because humanity has essentially gone extinct, and they tried to set up this project to, like, save all of human information, like, in a giant library, maybe produce, like, you know, human-like AI robot things to continue, like, human civilization in the absence of humans. So essentially the first game is like this giant test where they're trying to work out, like, they're trying to develop an AI that is, like, you know, has the logical problem-solving skills of a human. That's like the on the face of it kind of thing. But then there's, like, a, you know, being willing to defy the creator and all that kind of, like, sub-themes to it that I'm not going to get too much in here. But the finish of the first game is essentially, you know, you're the successful one. They let you, if you get the good ending, like, you know, they let you out into the human world. They let you out of your, like, AI sandbox and, like, put you in a body, like an actual body. This is a body, but it's like a virtual reality, like, imagined body. And they put you in, like, one that can interact with meat space, as it were, and, like, let you go. My assumption is this is the, like, process of getting put into that body, and they're, like, you know, occupying you while they make the body, because he was just talking about, like, you know, you'll have to be human. So he's gonna, like, the next part of the game, that's gonna switch from being, like, just more of Talos principle to a slightly different game where we're actually in reality rather than in, like, an AI thing. I think that would be cool. Do.
Step into the light, child,
Whatever happens,
and awaken.
we're in it together, Lilith. Here we go. Finish the calibration process. Yeah, it was being calibrated. Do I actually like wake up now? Yeah, called it.
You're awake.
Neath.
Welcome to the world of the living. That's not an easy question to answer.
Number 33.
But the first step is this. You've been born. Your body was completed. You were booted up, and now you're here. And rather confused. Don't worry. Everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions. Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
Oh, give me the long version, baby. I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated
Oh, they're
this
gonna
planet.
they're gonna
We
recap
call
game 1.
ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization, but unfortunately their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost.
I do remember this.
That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared?
This is a real theory, by
Why
the way.
did they invest so many resources
That's
into
something that some
making
people
war
had
and so
concerns
few
about.
into useful
Is that
research?
things like
It's
ancient
hard to
bacteria or
understand.
viruses would be released
But
from
no matter the
permafrost as it
reason,
melts because it's been
in the
frozen
end,
for millions
they
of years
simply ran out of
due to
time.
climate change, and our immune systems just wouldn't be able to handle it because it's completely unfamiliar to us. I don't know how much I buy it, but that's like a thing that people have talked about when it comes to climate change. When I say buy it, I mean like the virus thing, not climate change, obviously. Climate change is very real
A
and
team
terrifying.
led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence.
This is what I was talking
That's
about.
why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him.
Correct.
It must have been hard to be in that position. When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all.
A caretaker.
A caretaker.
Boom. I'm a genius.
Yes, there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way. It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder, although the name she took was Athena.
I think that was like the
She then
protagonist
woke
from
up
game 1.
Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions. Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem, But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return. Before the founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal.
The
Capital G
goal.
and all. To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it. Some of the first companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
And what do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind. You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you.
They?
Your birth is quite the event. Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old.
33.
I wasn't one of the first companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning. I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it.
Do it
I
more
guess
then.
for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens. You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was
I don't know
fulfilled
why.
the moment you
And I
were
know
born.
it's an accent
Now,
thing.
New
But
Jerusalem is complete, and we
controversy
can live
sounds
in
so
balance
weird to me.
without damaging the world like
No,
our
I
ancestors
would pronounce
did.
that word in my dialect as
That's the orthodox
controversy.
view, I suppose. But
But
there are many
I,
who
I know
disagree.
I know it's common in like
You'll have to figure out where you stand.
at least the
for
more
yourself.
posh sort of British accents, but controversy just sounds so weird to me. It's not like it's bad or anything. It's just like so out of normal context for me when I see that word. It's always like jarring, especially if I'm like reading subtitles for it. And like you'd think the same thing would happen with like aluminium or whatever, but it doesn't. I don't know why. But
You won't age
controversy
like our
in particular
ancestors did.
just
But of course, there is always some
Sounds
wear
weird.
and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Ah, so that's the reason why we won't be able to go into water for this particular video game.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool.
Interesting.
And modular, too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to
The
too many newsletters at once.
interface. Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. I feel like there's going to be some like religious undertones to this. The Are Frogs People discussion is now banned. Jeremy. This is an Irish name. I want to say it's Nave or Neve is how you pronounce that. This is chat. My tube. Institute for Applied Nomadics Facility. That's Braille. Or, no, it looks like Braille. It's not. It's some sort of language. As a reconstruction of the chamber of the first companions rested until the founder awoke them. The original chamber was disassembled in the early days of New Jerusalem. Always look at the places we're not supposed to go. We're not allowed to go. Ooh, look at me, I'm all shiny and gold.
It's 1K.
1K.
Hey 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, many years ago, when the
Why do the people in power have posh accents and the people who are just in the crowd have like American accents?
Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of
No undertones there.
annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits.
Hermanubis?
It would not repeat the mistakes of the past,
Hermanubis.
nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
What is that? Elohim?
People of
No,
New
Prometheus.
Jerusalem, I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you.
Prometheus, flame.
Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
I'm very confused.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Oh,
Here's a
snap.
thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense.
Sure.
If you're up for an adventure,
I'm up for an adventure.
meet us at the conference room.
Plot hook. I hope I don't have to explore this big open world. Josephus. I wonder if that thing means there's nothing to nothing to talk to them about.
What's broken now?
Oh, a bunch of messages. Oh no, that's... My guess is that like no symbol is like there's nothing to talk to them. Oh. Sorry, there's nothing to talk to them about. Elevator broken.
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in the city, huh? What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
I like that. That pleases me. New content available. What WTF was that? Perfection is unchanging. We are not above nature.
Hey, hold on there.
Doge.
You're the newbie, aren't ya?
Oh, this one's number 666.
I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
I'm just a machine.
Why?
Look around. It's a robot city.
So the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be so lucky. Now listen.
I don't know if I'm optimistic.
This meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out. Of course you are.
I'm curious.
You know how to use the interface, right?
Yeah.
I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker.
I want to know as much as possible.
And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Ooh, spooky.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
No, I want to look around the room. Computer. Just imagine this, like you invited someone to a meeting and they like walked in, they like did a whole circle around the room looking at everything before they came into the center.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Puzzle?
Talos, right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this
452.
transmission. Yakut, please start
Ooh.
the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to
764.
meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind.
That sounds like a
Recorded
setting for a
extremely
video game if
unusual
I've ever heard
fluctuating
one.
Energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
The neck hydraulics
I agree.
creep me out a little bit.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
Not interested. I don't want to play the game. Of course I want to play
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily,
Byron's
do
number 7,
consider
damn.
exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
the game. I mean, I don't have to explore New Jerusalem, but I kind of have to. If I'm given an optional objective, it's something I need to do.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with. I'm the mayor's chief aide. All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere. You represent the completion of the goal.
The goal.
I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further. Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it. For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Thank you, Jeremy.
What can I do for you, 1K?
That was creepy as hell.
He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable. It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal. A path to equilibrium. Not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off. I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world. finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Oh. Research, you say? I want this to be like lorem ipsum. Lorem. S. But this Y. Interesting. No, that Y would be a U, right? Loremip. No, because that's too many letters. Maybe I'm just reading into this more than it should be. Like, because it's lorem ipsum dolor sit D. Like, this is too many letters too. Interesting. It's too many letters. There's got to be something like this O is extra. This T is extra, maybe? It's hard to tell. Anyway, about the island. TTP-2, noted during its return journey from a scanning expedition, diverted from its intended path due to an unexpected weather front. Long-range scans indicated the presence of large artificial structures and also returned highly unusual energy readings. Not investigated further. As no work about cats could be complete without the story of Dick Whittington. Interesting. I have no context for that. I know earlier I said, I sure hope I don't have to explore this big city, and then I get the option to explore it and I immediately go do it. But I'm a gamer.
Attention all citizens.
I'm incapable of not doing
Due to the
side
new
quests.
power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
Okay. Oh, what do we got here? Public referendum. New forms of energy generation.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
This dude sounds like a jock.
I'm collecting signatures to
I'm
call
collecting
for a
signatures to call for public referendum on the city's energy crisis, bro.
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days. It's far worse than most people realize. We urgently need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble.
I mean, if that's true, I agree.
Well, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
In theory, I would agree. Especially in a city of about 1,000 people, it should be a lot more reasonable to do something like that.
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away. Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to stay very strange. In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Sure, I'll sign. I think we
Hello
should.
again, 1K. Would you like to sign our petition?
Yeah.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Provide your signature to someone. Strahinia. That is a Serbian name, if I recall correctly. Looks like there's nothing over here. Got to explore everywhere, because I'm a silly person. I wonder who 999 is. Damn Jan. Who's just jamming out. Can I jump into the water and just like die? Oh, I can just jump into the water. It doesn't seem to cause problems. I mean, there's a lot to do, apparently. I wasn't expecting to be able to explore this much. Hello. Tablets of the Founder. Well, given that the Founder is me in some ways, kind of want to go check it out.
Founder bless you, 1K.
Thanks,
How
Thekla.
lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation. The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption. They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
Rejecting the Founder's teachings.
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris.
Probably true.
Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. so we would have something to strive for in her absence. But also a limit we must never pass.
Why did the founder leave?
That's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The founder will return when she sees fit.
Bye.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Thank you, 862. I mean, my assumption is that, like, all this tree land out here is not going to have anything useful in it. I do not want to have to explore all of this. I just want to, like, talk to the people. I assume you have nothing to say because you're walking, yeah.
Oh, hello there. You
Hello,
must be
Jefferson.
the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not? Oh, of course. One's first day in the city is always
Laundry's
quite
done.
overwhelming. And today is a particularly unusual day. The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history?
I think.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado. An excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking,
Fleshy.
conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished.
I want to
Our
pay
growth
attention to
is
these
finished,
numbers. I'm
and
sure some
we
of them are
complete.
relevant.
Or are we? Indeed. The future is
May you
about
live
to
in
take
interesting
shape,
times.
for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well. Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable
Hello, man.
scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the Progenitor.
The Progenitor.
A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten. By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult. To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from. In part, so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part, so that we may draw strength from those that came before us.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye, Robert.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas.
Interesting. It won't let me look at the one about Feather.
Now, even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity. The answer that came to me again and again was plain. Every human society in nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth. When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feelings.
I guess we go around the outside first, and then... Oh, the dome. What is this? Archaeological gardens. Some ancient walls. Jigsaw puzzle. A gun. Toothbrush. The ancient human mastication apparatus. It was ritualistic and used to mark the sunrise and sunset. That's funny. A book. The Talos principle. Simple utensil used to transport nutrients to an ancient human's mouth, often found in conjunction with a knife and spoon. It's a fork. Microscope. Once again, my assumption is that there's nothing useful on these islands. I was wrong. Look, a person to talk to.
Founder bless you, friend. The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
What are you doing here?
I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it. It's not unity, but the absence of division.
Oh, how very deep.
There was never a self or an other in the first place.
It's not unity, merely an absence of division.
Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur,
This guy
my friend, that's
has got some
At the end of the
eyeliner
day,
skills.
We are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we're telling ourselves.
Goodbye. I was like, I'm not going to explore these little islands because I assume there's nothing on them, and then there's a fucking guy on them. So I guess I have to explore more than I want to. Can I go up this? No. Okay, back to where we were going. Who are you? You are number 998. Ooh, hello.
Dude, it's you!
Dude.
You're 1K! So nice to meet you,
So nice to
dude.
meet you, dude. I saw you on the completion day stream,
Hey,
bruh.
have you checked out all this ancient stuff?
I love 998.
Me too! This is amazing, isn't it?
Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I thought this voice pack could give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
What's a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. And I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Yeah, be excellent to one another. Hell yeah, Purple. This robot is named Purple, and he's Purple.
That's a good name.
And he's yes.
Yes.
What do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder,
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestor did sort of mess up, right?
So we should
probably take it easy with expanding and stuff. Plus,
did
you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man.
Just seems safer to stay in the city. For sure, dude.
For
I mean,
sure,
when I woke up, I
dude.
just had a
For
chat
sure.
with Neith, and that was overwhelming enough. You got the welcoming committee, and then the giant talking man in the sky. Whoa.
Tell me about these human artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump, and if they didn't, they freaking exploded. Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh? I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It's pretty cool though, right? I mean, existence. It's totally gnarly.
Existence is totally
not
gnarly.
sure if
I
I used
agree
that
with you,
right.
Purple.
Honestly,
Purple is my favorite
based on
character.
everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost. I don't know, dude. If ghosts don't exist, why did they make so many movies about them?
If
Right,
ghosts
before
don't
you go,
exist, why did they make so many
maybe you can
movies
help
about
me?
them?
I'm not sure I should keep this voice pack.
Oh, you keep that
What do you
voice
think?
back.
You're 1K. You're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
You're keeping that voice.
All right, excellent.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, dude.
You're welcome, dude. Currency. A ball. All right, dude. Yeah, bruh. What do we have anything on this island? No. Well, we gotta find more artifacts. It's a toilet. A piece of sanitary hardware used to dispose of biological excretions resulting from food and water intake required to power ancient human biology. Such hardware is connected to a vast network of subterranean pipes leading to wastewater treatment facilities, a classic example of the ancient infrastructure used to control their impact on the environment. Oh my god. A massage aid used by ancient humans to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient human equivalent of error code 704, 705, and 921 to 932. Yep, it's a massager, all right. That is absolutely what that is. Empanada? A kitty! You can pet the kitty. Oh, you can pet the kitty, so the game is already a good one. And it purrs when you pet the kitty.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess. Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
His voice sounds really familiar.
You're as new to this world as it gets.
I need to know. I don't know.
Of course. And why
Doss it,
would you?
please.
I certainly didn't have any idea when I started out, so I tried a whole bunch of different approaches.
I've just got to like this. I'm looking up the voices because I have to know. Not on the top cast. Delphinsil to Dosicles voice actor. I don't know. Full cast and crew, maybe? No, it doesn't say. John Dick, apparently. A voice sounds really familiar, but it's definitely not who I thought it was. There's no like easily lookupable actor or anything.
Love 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
Can't have that.
I'm old enough to remember the love between Athena and Cornelius, so forgive me if I don't believe that.
Kitty. Is this all of the archaeological gardens? It looks like it. I mean, there's a lot of... I can run all the way over here. Well, let's do it. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, there's a person over here. Ren.
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete. Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What's the dome for?
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world,
and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
From New Jerusalem. That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later. You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become. At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
Can't really go in there. Doesn't look like there is anything in that direction. So let's do the run all the way back. I like how one of the first things I said when I saw this is, I hope I don't have to explore it, and now I'm exploring the whole thing, but you know. You're way behind on the dome, pal. It's not even close to being done. Empanada. It's a good name. Toilet. Don't know if we went this way. We must have. Rat. Yeah, it's the puzzle. Okay, so now we've done the archaeological gardens, and we've done the statue. Guess we gotta go this way. I mean, I wonder if do they have all like 100 or 1,000 people, replicants, whatever named? Milton's Rest. Kitty. Luna. Her name is Luna. She smells like tuna. Oh no. Is this just like a shrine to the developers' cats? Because I love that. But it's also very sad. But I can pet this one. And its name is... I don't know. It's just a little cat. Look at all the kitties.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest? It's funny how common that trait is. At first, I thought it might have been an error in the simulation, but it looks like it was the same for our ancestors. Can you believe that there used to be hundreds of millions of cats on the planet? And people used to make videos of them and share them with the rest of humanity?
I don't know if you can see her. Oh, she is. You can see her. She's on the chair back there. Tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures.
This is true.
I've had many, and no two are alike.
True.
They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it. I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
Give me a cat fact.
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated. Which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all.
I don't know if that's really true.
They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are. Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms. Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them. I'm sorry, but why? I mean, it sounds profound, but is it really? Death is natural, so is disease, pain, extinction. That doesn't mean we just shrug and ignore it. If we love something, we protect it. Even if I do everything right, eventually I will watch every cat I love die of kidney failure. What's good about that? Putting aside fortune cookie platitudes, how can we look at suffering and death and declare it good?
It's a complicated question. I mean, I do think this is partially true, but...
That's okay. Sorry if I got too passionate. Sometimes thinking about all my poor kittens gets to me.
Oh wow,
Skylar.
It's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is?
Nope.
Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Nope.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise. I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will.
It's a lot of pressure on me for no real reason.
What should I do?
Whatever makes you happy, man.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Stilton, 22, damn. Museum of the Simulation. Gargoyle. Dragon. Statue. 3.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K. Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone. She was human. Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Tell me about
the simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated. That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
Realizing that they were wrong.
to remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process, to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make. It was. All cities are. The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming. Although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world, he and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
What happened to Milton?
No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disc and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
I think those are the different endings you can get in Talos Principle 1.
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part
I don't
of her
remember
life.
actually what ending I
She
even
preferred
chose.
to focus on the future. As the name suggests, the Archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us. Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the Archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt. Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
There's a large building. I remember the spheres, the jammer, laser receiver, and there's like an emitter. Got the fan, pressure plate. Rand.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
Huh?
Wait, you're not my assistant.
No,
Who
I'm
are
not.
you? Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been
That's
treating
a
you like
familiar
royalty.
voice too, but maybe it's just the accent.
This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want? I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand. Oh, well, I'd be happy to. You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city.
True.
All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I'm actively pondering.
Well, I haven't really proven anything yet.
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us.
Is it?
My ambition is simple. To find it and share it.
You want to find the meaning of life. 42.
Troubling, but tantalizing.
Ooh, where's Robot 42?
We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing. Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Sure, why not? I want to be a witch. It's kind of fun. I know what to do. Well. Forage. Well, we're gonna die if we don't. Let's just gamble. Eat them. Breakthrough. Yes. Sure. Let's go with scientist. Forge. I mean, my assumption is that we just have to break through every time. Oh. Billionaires in their underground bunkers. Ooh, steal it. I'm going to win this game, damn it. Scientist. Forage. Breakthrough. Forage. Eat locusts. Any virus can be released as an aerosol, carried in the wind, and dispersed worldwide in a matter of days. This poses some risk to invertebrate life. The spiracles of cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol into highly poisonous compounds. 90% fatality rate amongst these species, and anything or anyone which consumes them. I mean, I won, I guess.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program. Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious. The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era. My life's work, a small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know. My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world. Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program. How did it feel? It can be, can't it? But for a scholar like myself, it's essential to persevere until you understand what you're looking at.
True.
The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible.
Yeah, that was my
it
question.
Seems to
Like,
demand
can we win?
sacrifice. Did you have the same experience? I admire your dedication. That is precisely what's required if we're to understand ourselves fully. Who did you save?
Humanity.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But
Yeah.
that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us? It's a popular view, and I can't tell you how much I disagree with you. The complexity of the simulation, indeed of life itself, puts most people off from even trying to understand it. But look a little closer. You feel inside yourself the truth of what is good and evil.
I mean, not really.
Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research.
Okay, Rand.
I wish you well on your inwards journey.
Thank you. What about the other computers? Happiness1.html. I mean, there is an upper cap. This is true. Let's look at the last one. Oh, I can just read it. Infinite growth. Oh. This guy's using it. I guess I have to wait for him to be done. Just while I'm waiting, I could do the simulation again. What if I be a preacher? Steal. Steal. Research. Forge. Everyone dies. Infinite growth. I mean, yeah, I agree. Infinite growth on a finite planet is impossible. Gesundheit. Too real. But, you know, that is one of the points of this game. It is meant to sort of be moral judgment. Moral judgments. Oh, it's like letting me do the puzzles. Interesting. I wonder if doing all of these is going to do anything. Oh, that clearly doesn't make sense. I'm so bad at these. And that's not feasible. There we go. Oh no, I'm so bad at these puzzles. Sort of always figure out the sides generally. Oof, that feels close. I can't really have two long ones, because then we have to do something like this. That's also not feasible. I don't know why my brain just like refuses to actually use these, or like to like think about these in the right way. The first step to me, like the thing that seems intuitive, is to try to like fill out the edges. But we can't have anything that's like too length 2. I guess we could do, is that symmetric? We could do that pattern on both sides. Although that can't be true because now we need somewhere to put this. Windy. No, we're so close. I'm so bad at these. I'm just rearranging the same pieces. That's clearly not going to help. Damn it. That's even closer. It's just the L is the wrong way. Oh, there. Well, we sort of like halved the puzzle now, which is something that is at least promising. There we go. Ugh. I'm sorry, this is probably extremely painful to anybody watching, because I'm very bad at these. But they're here, and I need to do them. There's probably like some simple rules, right? Like, try to fill out the corners. You can probably aim to be like symmetric in some ways. You'll probably get used to certain patterns, like once you see, like, you know, there's these 3 tetrominos can fill out this space in this way, and that kind of thing are probably something that's doable. But I have such a hard time like visualizing that. Alright, so like, I mean, you can easily do something like this, and like, there, the rest of the puzzle is now, you know, we're just like splitting the puzzle into segments by filling up individual sections. But I think that so now like this is basically equivalent to solve this puzzle with these pieces, but that may or may not be like doable. you know? That was. Like, I could do this and just, you know, simplify the puzzle again. Simplify the puzzle again. Simplify the puzzle again. And then we can, you know, attempt to fit in things that make sense. Like we could leave a T like that. That looks ripe for a T, and then I think we can do L's in this shape. Hell yeah. I did them all, and nothing happened. I wonder if we're supposed to do them in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is too many pieces. I wonder if there's any point to doing all of that. Probably not. But we should remember that, because that is definitely the type of thing we might have to come back to in the future to like solve some sort of puzzle. Oh, this is the way that we came in, so the other way is this way. So many QR codes. Oh, do I get to like do a puzzle in these areas? Well, I explored the museum apparently. We have a red emitter, blue receiver, guy that I can't get to. Okay, red emitter, red receiver. That's going to get us access to something, presumably another receiver. It's over here. Get another red receiver. Okay. So let's connect you to here and put you here. Can I just get it from here? No. And that gives us access to a blue one. Okay, so we're gonna need to do this without the extra one, I think. So that we can get the blue one all the way back here. Let's take that out just in case. I wonder if we can just do this. We probably can. Connect to there, and to there from here. Looks like it. Oh, but I managed to lock myself out. I can get all 3 from here, but how do I keep that open? Probably can't manipulate that through here, can I? I wonder if I'd put this like just over here so they don't intersect for now. And then we take this guy. Oops. No, I want to disconnect all of them. And then we select you and we select you. Doesn't quite work. There we go. Sort of hoping that allows us to keep those all up. There we go. So now I don't need that, and I don't need this. Although one problem is that these lasers are going to interfere with each other. Unless I can go around this way. I can. But I almost need another one. I do need to keep this open so I can get the blue laser out. So I need a minimum of 1 to do that. Leaving this here also allows me to keep that door open, which I don't necessarily need. Well, I want to be able to get back. I do need to get back through somehow. So, like, but, like, if I try to blue laser this, it's just gonna interfere. Like, those are just gonna run into each other. So, like, I gotta go around somehow, but those are just gonna interfere with each other and then I can't get through. Like, the assumption is that I need to be able to get back out. I can use this little door. I think I need the minimum of 2. Oh, sorry. I think that actually doesn't connect to it, does it? Because the tree is in the way? I think that tree is in the way. Can I connect multiple things to one beam? No, they just sort of intersect if you do that. I really feel like I almost feel like I need another one, but there's got to be a way to do this without it. You know, like, part of me says, you know, you do this, and then you can put another one, like, down here. But there's no way to connect them all. I want to put it through this little gap, but I don't see how that's feasible. I guess what we could try to do is move this guy, like, forward a bit. Is there any way that we can put it a little bit? No, because I was thinking, because this is on the other side of it, annoyingly. So I was thinking, you know, if we put this, like, backwards. Oh, can we do this through this door? Does that help at all? Not really. I was, you know, thinking, you know, you connect this to this, but it's just gonna... This is why there's a timer, so you can't do stuff like this. So, no, I think that's not what we want. I think we want it as, like, out of the way as possible. So that this guy can connect here, and then we can still get the laser through. I guess, well, so there's a lot of thoughts in my, like, I don't need this open anymore. Uh-oh. Like, I don't need this open anymore once I'm out here. But how do we, like, disable this from out here? Right, like, because I can't grab this through the door. So the thought that I was just having is that, like, we don't technically need this laser anymore. If we can deactivate it from out here somehow. I do not know how to do that. Like, this has to exist. Because otherwise we can't get the blue laser out. Right? So this thing absolutely has to connect this. We'll connect this and this, I guess. at minimum. And we can't get back through here. I mean, I guess the thought is we could set this up and then come back in here and turn that off. Like, no, but they go immediately though. Well, I guess, so I could like, I could connect this to there and find a place where it will actually connect, which doesn't seem to be any of these places. Alright, like I could put it here. Wait, what am I doing? I'm very stupid, aren't I? I've been thinking about this wrong the whole time. Like this thing is permanently over here. We can keep the connections. Maybe I have not been stupid. Oop. And we can take this, because now that should keep that open. And I'm sure there's a position we can put this in out here that keeps them all open. So we have the connector out here doing that. So we can get rid of this laser because we will never need that again. If I come in here, put this here, and then just like put it down, we can take this and just connect it here, because we don't ever need the, oh, put it here, put it here, there we go, because we never need to get in there again. So now I can take this guy and connect him to here through the window. Yeah, finally. Took me way too long to get that. Do I get anything? Probably not. Yeah, it was like, congratulations. You got the puzzle piece. That's very funny. Completely unnecessary puzzle. But we did it anyway, because we're flexing our puzzle solving muscles. We're remembering how to do it. Is this another one? A beach ball. I like how it's, I've not done any of the actual game yet. Really. It's very funny to me. I've basically just been wandering around. Wow. Fan, so we can do that for now to get a box. Put the box there for now. We got a laser. which will open these. We can take that out. Fan can go here. Presumably that turns off the fan. We no longer need this box, so we take the box there. We can connect this to here and to here. Can I get it to connect to this one too? And then we put it on top. And then we can temporarily connect it with this one. Because once it's up, we don't need that anymore. Oh, we just need this one to connect to there. Ta-da! I'm the best. We're solving the irrelevant puzzles. I did that one, I did that one. Is this another one, or is this where I came from? I think this is another one. This must be another one. So we can do this to open that door. Which I think should allow us to also connect to there. Is there a spot where I can hit all of them? Meaning I no longer need this one. And then we can take this guy and also connect him to that one. Uh-oh, I just broke it, I think. There, so I can open that. Now let's take this, and we will go like that to get all of them. And then that makes this guy irrelevant, and we can use him to put on the connector. I was hoping I'd get an achievement for doing all of them, but alas, it is not to be. Well, at least they're done, so if I do need this for some reason, when I come back they'll be finished. Well, there we go. I solved some puzzles. Probably entirely unnecessary ones, but I did it. Back to exploring instead of playing the game. Still have over there to go too. Anybody on these islands over here? I don't see anybody, so I don't want to go ham. I do want to like actually play the game at some point. I've been playing for like 2 hours, and I have not done anything that isn't just like the optional side quest of explore the city and do meaningless puzzles in the museum. Nope. They're arguing.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien. Exactly.
He's number 420.
We've shown them
Nice.
we can live in peace, and they've decided to make contact.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
No.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us? I believe whatever is at that location may provide the evidence we need. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
Nothing. I mean,
We can't know that for sure. It may, as Jacques suggested, be entirely alien and just presenting itself as human.
correct.
I think wherever it came from, we can reasonably hope to understand it in time. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude. Precisely, and that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all?
We don't know.
How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
Oh, presumably you have like
We've
some
locked
sort
in
of
the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
I don't know.
You're hardly engaging in the spirit of the debate, 1K, but no matter. The answers will reveal themselves in time. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Me too. Number 26. I think this is it. Postponed. Gehenna. The music very much reminds me of like Surviving Mars.
Happy completion day.
Dana. Sebastian, I want to know where 999 is, but that sounds like it would be, you know, important. Oh, you're 12.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Thank you, citizen. Museum of the Simulation. Milton's Rest, Talos the Founder. I think we did all that. Yes, I think we did those things. Okay, I think we've done everything. We may finally be able to go play the game and solve the puzzles. I wonder if solving the puzzles in the museum did anything, or if it will do anything in the future. I don't know. Time to begin the game proper, perhaps. It's a vertibird.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yeah, let's go.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing.
Okay, let's go.
We'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's
That
only decent
is snoring
engineer.
so loud.
Saved you from the elevator.
It's so cute. She's snoring and is sleeping with her like head upside down. She's very cute. Oh, I awoke it.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Sure, let's do it.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
None of us
Thank you
were.
for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be as a people, as a civilization.
True.
To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
Yeah.
You have chosen a dangerous path.
A
path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
The mysterious
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa.
Whoa.
It's big.
You can say that again.
It is big.
That is a bloody mega structure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
Big old pyramid.
It really is incredible.
Oh, there's like a landing pad right there.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
I am streaming.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And... touchdown.
Act 1. A voice in the wilderness.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
Oh. I can go down. This is very
This
mist.
underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff.
Oakley dokley.
Schematics, Blueprints. A manual would be great.
Explore the woods, you say? Not much here. Got a building. Ugh. Does not make me feel good.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
Interesting. Oh, this door is off its hinges. This looks promising.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Generator. This looks new and fancy.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Talos Principle 2A.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport
Blue
system.
and green make red. Green and red make blue. Blue and red make green. We have like blue, green, and red in here. And there were blue, green, and red out here. And there's blue here. What is this? Astronomical temple. Oops.
That sort of looks like a temple.
It certainly does. Doesn't look like we can do anything here. Guess we go back to the transporty thing. 42. Oh. The purple goo. Has just poofed a tower into existence.
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
It did just materialize out of
Anyone
thin
got a
air.
butterfly net?
What could possibly go wrong? Get into the random capsule.
I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
Okay. These looks like the puzzles left to do in that area. Lost puzzles, gold puzzles, lost labs, stars, and main puzzles. This is just our way to get to the area with the puzzles.
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands.
Okay,
I put all the
I want to
information
find
we have
and
on the
like
map
do
screen.
our first
Check out your
puzzle, and then I think I will probably stop
Thanks.
because I've got to
Sorry,
go
my bad.
in a bit.
We'll catch up with
I'm
you
starting to
soon,
get kind of
1K.
warm. Explore the area.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
I mean, clearly we don't go the way that is obvious, right? That's the way we came. It doesn't look... Tetris pieces. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything that way. I see some potential puzzles, baby. RGB shifting.
Is that a puzzle?
It is.
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out.
Take RGB
1K,
converter.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
I see. Oops, I don't want to keep the connections. So it has to take two. What is this? Free the fire taken in this labyrinth.
Looks like Prometheus has given us a way to circumvent some of these puzzles.
Oh, I don't want
So
to
each
circumvent
puzzle
some of
has
the
a
puzzle.
backdoor. I guess the mythological Prometheus was kind of a trickster, so that tracks.
Blue, red, green. Blue, red, green. Ooh.
Whoa, I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
Progression. Oh yes. Alright, well look carefully. Is there anything we
It's headed
could
for
be
the lake.
missing? For stars or what have you. Always pay attention.
I think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
The pile of weird stuff. Okay, I can't go through there. Got a flashing too. Okay, so I guess we go in here. Reconnection. So green, blue, red. Which just gives us access to another one. This one is also red. So we need to take green, blue. Oh, I see. So the one here is going to be able to access blue. So we need to make green in order to get red. So we're going to need to take the blue and the red and put it into this one. Here's the new mechanic for the next, for Talos Principle 2, is we gotta combine the lasers. Interesting. And the door opens.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle
3,
clouds.
4.
As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
I am in.
It's a theme park.
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze.
What is that?
It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate
Prometheus flame?
recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
Oh, puzzle 3 is here. And it looks like if I can find a way up onto the walls, I can like jump down and get some sort of Prometheus flame. I saw it over there. Where was that? This is, oops. There it was. So it's this corner that I want to get to. Damn it. I found a Prometheus spark. I don't know what that does, but we did it. And my assumption is there's not going to be anything useful around the outside anymore. Castling. What does this do? Not every trial must be overcome as its creator intended. Sacrifice one of my sparks and I'll free the fire hidden in this labyrinth. Well, if my knowledge of video games is even remotely correct, we'll get a different ending by never using one of those. So that's the goal. Okay, yeah, we need to access something. Yeah, okay, so we can turn the green one on and the red one on, which is going to give us blue, and if we put it down there, we can open that to get another one. So then we can have red made from... Well, I'd say red made from blue and green. But I think that means we don't need this one. Oh no, we need to make blue. So I think we need to use this one. Oh, Jesus, okay. So that one's gonna make blue. There we go. Another puzzle complete.
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
Okay. There's also 4, 5, 6 and a gate this way, whatever that means.
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample results are in line with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above-ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical molecular markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
What is this?
Good work, Yakut. Keep at it.
This is just another way in here. What is this now? Trevor.
So I heard that Alexandra is recording these time capsules for you out there, I guess? Robot people of the future, hi. And I thought to myself, surely they'll want to hear more than the wisdom and insight of a brilliant scientist like Alexandra Drennan. Surely they also want to know what I was thinking, a dumbass hardware engineer from Staten Island. Tell us about your insights, Trevor. Why did you spend your last months on Earth helping a crazy old Russian guy build the world's biggest backup drive? Well, let me tell you my story. When I was... Yes, Frank. I'm recording right now. Uh-huh. No. You know what? Why don't you go...
Hey, 1K, what's up? Oh, no, please. No puzzles. I'm so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective.
Tell me about yourself.
I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member. Lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce. I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it. I've always loved exploration. Seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it.
I agree.
Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine. And if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow.
Tell me about Bruce.
He's 5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath.
He's in the box now.
Loves sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment. I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty. It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you. Our ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no.
Look at these little statue things. We get another door.
Another set of golden gates. These must be connected to the ones near the megastructure.
There was a harder set of puzzles in the simulation, right? And maybe they're like that. I know 1K is probably like, yay, harder puzzles. But to me,
Yay,
that sounds
harder
like
puzzles.
error code 704. No thanks.
It's like, what is that? Oh, the gate thing is like the entrance. Five was that like hidden terminal. This is that. That would be booped. There's just like, there's a question mark on my map here. I want to know what that is. Triangle. Elevation.
It's strange that some of these puzzles seem disconnected from the rest. Like it's all unfinished.
You're just a normal connector.
Or still evolving.
Oh, this isn't a scary one. Oh, right, but we can't take those through. The laser can go through them, though. Okay, so... that opens this door, which means we can take you. We need to get what color over here? Nothing. We just need to open this, which gets us a cube, presumably. It says elevation, which makes me think that we need to go up. So we need blue. We do have a blue laser. Can I make a... oh, I can make a blue one out of this. Right, and then we can take this guy. Oh no, we need that to be there. Do we go blue, blue? Pick this up so that connects. Well, nope. Will this work if I go like this? It will not. Because the thought was making a blue laser out of those. And then just connecting it to here. Interesting. Okay, so we need to break this down a bit. So thoughts is that we take this guy and laser him. We want to move him over here. But in order to do that, we're gonna have this like temporarily on, which doesn't really work. Right? Like if I move this, because the doors block the lasers. So we have to have this to get this door open. I don't want to. Oh, we can take this box. Yes, that's what we do. So we take this box for now, and then we use it to get that open. And then we can use oops. Now we don't need the hexahedron anymore because we managed to like permanently open that. And now we can now we're making a blue laser from this. Got it. Private message. Dodge, we met in New Jerusalem. Remember? Oh, yes. What am I signing up to? Yeah, screw it. I consent. Let's go. I reject the terms of the question. I see no way to choose. Do I just reject the terms of the question for all of them? I'm just going to answer apathetically to all of them. I think both. I don't know. Like, things can change for the better, but then they just sort of... I think things can get better. I think it depends. Every main puzzle? Device that builds some sort of bridge. Well, we got the bonus puzzle. Okay, one more puzzle, and then I'm going to stop for now. So we're gonna go do puzzle number 4. Starting to get a bit of a headache. Alternative option. So we need green to open that. I mean, this seems straightforward to me. We take this, connect, oops. Oh, I can't connect it from here. Well, we select, and we select, and we move down. Can the lasers go through there? No, they can't. But whatever, we just put it on the box. And that's something that's promising, right? For like the weird extra bonus puzzles, or like the stars. Sometimes when stuff is floating like this, you can gain access to it from somewhere else.
I have good news and I have bad news. Still no idea what those particle clouds are, but I've managed to fix the transport system.
Thanks, Melville.
I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to one more station now. Don't complain. 2 stations are better than none. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was sabotage. The whole system is a mess.
Let's not make any assumptions. Yakut, what does the next site look like?
It's a plateau in the mountains. Seems like more of an open area with scattered structures, less enclosed. Couldn't tell much from the drone feed. There's a lot of trees. Looks pretty though.
Okay. Keep exploring, everyone, but stay alert.
Okay. Right, it's like if I go out, sometimes, see, technically, if I can find a, like, beam, I might be able to access that green laser from somewhere else. Which is interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to stop here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. We got started on Talos Principle 2. We did all the annoying exploration in the start and finally got into some puzzles. Knowing me, I will try to 100% this as per everything else. So we'll do our best. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow. I'm unsure of my schedule currently, but I would like to keep going with this. I know it took forever for me to get back into streaming things, and my schedule is probably not going to change very much, so they might be few and far between, but I am going to endeavor to keep doing them. But I'm going to head out for now. Thanks if you watched. Thanks if you're watching later on VODs. I've been Segmentins, and I'll see you next time.